Alright, so today I'm learning about conditional statements, and those are basically if statements, and they're dealing with boolean expressions. So let's say if I have something that, if I eat something that has 200 calories, or let's say I assume I eat something that has 200 calories. Now, if something has more than 200 calories, so if calories more than 400, and then it's very important with these conditional statements to add a colon here. Then I want the program to print this message, to output this message. It better be worth it, right? And it's very important to add an indentation here. And the standard that's defined by PEP 8 in the style guide is to add 4 empty spaces, right? And now if I put in, let's say 401, and I run this, you can see the output here. It outputs, it better be worth it. It better be worth it. And then it also adds done here. And this done is this message here. And this is the final message it will output. And you can tell, because the if statements begins here, then here are the different conditions, always indented. And then the final one that basically ends the if statement is without an indentation. So, as I said, we're always dealing with Boolean expressions, and Boolean expressions, as I just learned, are expressions that evaluate to either true or false, or in common language it would be yes or no. And so here what happens is, if calories are larger than 400, and in this case because it's 401, this is a true statement, so yes, it will print this message, and we can see that it's doing that here. Now we see here elif, and that stands for else if calories. If they are less or equal to 40 calories, then I want it to output this message. No worries, enjoy. And again, a reminder, with these if and elif statements, we always need to have the colon at the end. Otherwise, it will not execute properly. So let's do that. Let's just make this 40 calories, and let's execute it again. And then here we can see it says no worries, enjoy, so which is this message, a string, and then it says done, again this one. And now the third condition that we have here is elif, so again else if calories are more or equal than 41 calories, and calories are less or equal to 399 calories, and then again the colon at the end, then it's kind of like, hope this is good for you. So let's try that. Let's make it 41. Oh, you know what, let's make it 150, right somewhere in between. And now it outputs this, hope this is good for you, done. Hope this is good for you, done, right? And yeah, at the end, again, we remove the indentation, and what you put here will automatically be executed whether the condition is true or not. Now I'm just going to read this one. This one I got from so I'm currently doing the Python full course for beginners by programming with Mosh, and this is one of the lessons in there. It's for free on YouTube. It's a 2-hour course. I think it's a good starting point, even because I think there are other great actually written resources, but for me as a total beginner, it's actually kind of interesting because sometimes I don't know how to pronounce something, and that creates some kind of confusion. And with YouTube, the guy explains it, pronounces the words and then that makes you familiar with the language. So right from the beginning, you have an understanding of the lingo, and I think that's kind of cool. Conditional statements in Python. I'm just going to read this now. Conditional statements in Python are used to execute certain blocks of code based on specific control the flow, making it behave differently. Okay, yeah. So it says about making it behave differently in different situations. If conditional statement in Python. The if statement is the simplest form of a conditional statement. It executes a block of code if the given condition is true. Again, whenever it's about conditions being true or false, then we're dealing with boolean statements. So here we have if statement, if condition true, this block will execute, and if condition is false, this block will execute. Okay. H20, if H is larger or equal to 18, then print eligible to vote. All right, so here in this case, the H is 20, which is larger than 18, so the output would be eligible to vote. Let's just try this. Yeah, copy this, put it in here, I run it, eligible to vote. And now let's try 11. No output at all. So let's try, I'm gonna just try to do this here. And then H is younger than 18. Remember the space. Does the indentation print? Nope. And now let's try this. It worked. Nice. Okay, back to this one. Shorthand if. Shorthand if statement allows us to write a single line file if statement. H18 if H18 print eligible to vote. Okay. Okay. So there's another way to write this. Although I do like this one more because it's kind of easier to read and process. Like I personally, at least at this point, I prefer to have it more easily be read and parsed by humans like myself than to have it very compact, and then it makes it kind of more difficult to parse, especially if you're dealing with a large chunk of code. Okay, but it's good to know that we can do this also as a one-line statement. You know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to try it. Yep. Interesting. Because I have this extension, it automatically formats it according to PEP 8 standards. And PEP 8 is this kind of Python style guide that is widely accepted. Okay. If-else conditional statements in Python. Else allows us to specify a block of code that will execute if the condition or conditions associated with an if or elif, which is for else if, kind of funny, statement evaluates to false. Else block provides a way to handle all other cases that don't meet the specified conditions. Okay. If else statement, if condition is true, this block will execute. Else this block will execute. Okay, let's see an example here. Okay, I didn't know that. I only knew about C. I don't think Mosh mentioned that in the very short lesson on conditional statements. So if the H is 10, let's see here, travel for free. Oh, if the H is smaller or equal to 12, then travel for free. Else print pay for ticket. Okay, so let's do here 100 years old, pay for ticket. Nice. Okay, so we have if, else, and elif, else if. Okay, got it. I like that. So we have one condition if that is met, and otherwise else, it will be this. And then shorthand if-else. The shorthand if-else statement allows us to write a single line if-else statement. Marks 45. Res. Pass. What is res? If marks are larger or equal to oh sorry, smaller or equal to 40, larger or equal to 40, you see. Back to 4th grade. 40 else fail. So print and then f result colon res. I don't actually know what the f here is. Just gonna copy and paste it. Yeah, it just shows you I don't know what I'm doing here, but okay. Marks 45 pass. But if it's equal or less, so let's say it's 39, now it should be fail. Yeah, okay. Also known as a ternary operator. Ternary operator essentially, it's kind of weird grammar. Ternary operator is, right, there should be an is, essentially a shorthand for the if-else statement that allows us to write more compact and readable code, especially for simple condition. Elif statement, okay, I like those. Elif statement in Python stands for else if. It allows us to check multiple conditions, providing a way to execute different blocks of code based on which condition is true. Using elif statements makes our code more readable and efficient by eliminating the need for multiple nested if statements. Why? Okay, let's see here. If first condition is true, this, elif, that, else that. Okay. Let's see here. H25. If H is smaller or equal to 12, print child. Else if H is smaller or equal to 19, teenager. Else if H is smaller or equal to 35, young adult. Or I like that a 35-year-old is still a young adult. Else print adult. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's say I am an adult. This is actually my age. Happens so fast. Adult. All right. Value of H using the if, elif, else. Using if, elif, else. Okay. Since H25, it skips the first two conditions and the third condition is true, so it prints young adult. Okay. Nested if, else conditional. Nested if, else means an if, else statement inside another if statement. Oh, okay. It's within conditions. All right. So here we're getting to some serious complexity. H 70 is member true. If H is larger than or equal to 60, if is member 30% senior discount, else, so in this case it would be not a member, right? Print 20% senior discount. So members get a 30% discount and non-members get a 20% senior discount. Else, so if the age is not equal to or larger than 60, not eligible for a senior discount. Okay, so this is a nested if statement. Oh, all right, I like this. Okay, in this case, obviously, it will be a 30% discount. But now let's say I'm not a member. Now we get a 20% discount. Yep. Now let's go to being a member again. True. Yep. Now let's say I'm just still my humble 43 years old, not eligible for a senior discount. Although I kind of am happy that I am. I don't know why I did that. Ternary conditional statement in Python. A ternary conditional statement is a compact way to write an if-else condition in a single line. It's sometimes called a conditional expression. H20, S, adult, if age smaller or equal to 18, else minor, print S. I I don't think I want that. This is kind of too advanced for me. Not interested. I don't need to know the match case statement in Py. Match case statement in Py is a switch of a switch case found in other languages in order to match variables value against a set of patterns. Print 1, 2, 3. So match number 2, 2, 3. Okay, I get that, but I feel like I also don't need to know this right now. And then they have a quiz here. Ah, okay, that's kind of good. I'm not going to pass this, but I still... What is the purpose of the if statement in Python? To define a function? No. To declare a variable? No. To execute a block of code conditionally? Yes, that's it. The if statement is used to execute a variable only if a specified condition is true. Yes. Which of the following operators is used for equality comparison in Python? This one. Yeah, so this is the equal. It's actually 2 equal signs. I wondered about this actually. Once we select it, we can unselect. Let's see what happens if I click here. I don't actually know this site. In the comments. I don't see any comments here. Let's just go back. So what happens if I do the wrong one here? Ah, okay. Nice, I like it. Question 3. What will be the output of the following code snippet? X equals 5 if X is larger than 0, print positive. Else, print negative. So this one, 5 is larger than 0, so it's the positive. Yes. Code checks if X is greater than, I should say greater than. Okay, how do you represent the logical AND operator in Python? Ooh, I don't actually know that. Maybe this? Ha, good guess. The AND keyword is used for the logical AND operator in Python. I just saw green and assumed I'm right. What is the purpose of the elif statement in Python? No. To check additional conditions after the initial if statement. Definitely this. Yes. The elif else if statement is used to check additional conditions if the initial statement is false. Okay. In Python, what is the purpose of the else statement within an if-else block? No. To check additional to execute a block of code when the if condition is false. Yes. The else statement is executed when the if condition is false. What is the output of the following code snippet? X equals 10 if X is larger than 5, print greater than 5. So it will be this. Yes. Which statement is used to exit a loop prematurely in Python? I have no idea. I don't know this one. I haven't learned this. Alright, that's good enough for me. Close this. That's my kind of 20 minutes of conditional statements in Python for today.